We have a case that is only 8 years old from 2013 where two guys go missing in Alderson, Oklahoma.
The two men that we are looking for, Rodger Lewis Osborn and Rickey Joseph Kutej, were last seen at their garage located at 5th Street and Highway 270.
Now what's interesting about this is that both of their vehicles were found at the shop. We have a ladder that's tipped over, we have blood on scene, we also have a 3500 Dodge pickup truck that is missing. We have a lot more details we're going to share with you right now. We're going to meet up with Jacob Grubbs and really bring you into this entire story and get this case going today.
Alderson. The closest urgent care is in McAlester.
As well as the hospital.
As well as the hospital. So if we're going out, and they were last seen in McAlester that morning, so we obviously know that this is a route that they're taking all the time.
It's because one thing we know for sure, two men just don't disappear, and potentially with a Dodge 3500 pickup truck. We're talking about a large vehicle.
Yeah. Most 35s back in that day would have come in a dually.
I would agree, yeah.
But coming back to just simply two men just don't disappear. That's the other thing to this is like nobody's coming in with Jacob and I there, you and I there, and I'm going to take you guys and I'm taking your truck today.
Yeah, and the undersheriff confirmed these guys don't have criminal pasts. We're talking about a 60-year-old and a 40-year-old. These guys are grown men. They've established a record for who they are as people, and the undersheriff has no reason to believe there's criminal behavior activity involved.
Well, and from my understanding, his business was also fairly reputable. He wasn't out there to scam.
Yeah, he was a tradesman.
Yeah,
he actively traded with people
out however he could. If you had something that he needed, he would help. He would find a way to help you, to repair, to fix. He would find a way.
Yeah, good old boy.
Yeah.
Small town, good old boy.
There is a landfill right behind us, right next to
now you're going down the whole foul play, the what if scenarios. I mean, then you might as well say, well, they took some scrap over to the scrap yard, and the scrap operator hated them, so they put the entire truck through a shredder.
Well, and this does seem fairly. I mean, I know you can tell the thing is newer, but it does seem.
And we're not talking about decades ago when junkyard policies and procedures were under the table. You could junk or scrap anything. I mean, within the last 25 years, you have to have verified documents to get rid of a car.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is they will shut down your business immediately for any vehicle that they think has been brought in without proper paperwork.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's just no reason for us to believe that.
So other than the cemetery right now, I mean, is there any reason why we want to even look at 31 to the north?
Yes. Outside of the cemetery, that lake and the other lake are the only main bodies of water with boat ramps
that you're going to hide a truck.
That you're for sure going to hide a truck. So with what we do, it is logical for us to go cemetery. When you're here, you got what? 6 miles to the north.
Yeah.
A river. I mean a lake.
The lake, yeah.
And then if you're in McAlester, you've got 3 miles. So 6 miles in both directions almost. We have two big reservoir lakes.
And the cemetery, I'm kind of ruling that one out because we're going to have to make a right-hand turn, a 90. And in the history of accidents, you're not going to make a 270 back into that pond.
Can you do that again?
Yeah, 270 into the pond.
Was the injured driving passed out after he made the turn and went in?
Okay, so let's go rule that one out. And it's
if
really,
we can.
And it's really small.
If we can, I mean,
Yeah. And then
honestly,
to
there's probably
separate
not gonna
and
be
to make the
anybody
most
there.
use of our hours today, do you want to take 31 to the north and go look at some of those boat ramps up there?
And we'll take the other leg on the far side of it. All right, guys, let's go knock it out.
That's it.
No, look how shallow it is. You have a little fountain out there.
Yep.
It's not deep enough.
Taking into consideration with path to the hospital, this was the only body of water directly off the road, which, in being here and daylight, we see it definitely looks to be very, very shallow.
Yeah. We'll get out and take a look though.
At least 4 feet right there.
Yeah.
So in coming in here last night, we knew that this was direct path to the hospital because we stayed at this hospital and we came off of 270, which would have been the route they would have taken if they were hurt to come to the hospital. And as you see, like, there's no guardrails here at all, no fences, nothing. And honestly, if a vehicle comes over that, there's not going to be any sign. However, in daylight, we see that it's definitely very shallow. I just don't know. Do you really think it's shallow? I mean, it's 4 feet right there on that wall. I know, taking into consideration the fountain in the middle. Do you know about how they build those? Or?
See, it's easy. You just throw a magnet out there, 20, 30
Okay.
feet, and then based on the angle of the magnet, you'll know whether it's deep or not.
All right, so we'll do the magnet here.
Yeah.
And
Because the only entry point is going to be
right here.
Right here.
Yeah. You took that turn. Maybe you got your rear end too far that way, and
yeah, but even at that, he's going to end up over here.
Yeah, I know.
You've been to like how many accidents?
Yeah. I know it's a stretch. So while I'm doing this, what we have to take into consideration is, where do we go from here? What is the next?
I mean, we've
Is
already
it the
decided
lake?
we're going to the lake.
The lake.
We got Jacob up on 31 to the north.
So we're going from here to the lake if this doesn't get snatched out of my hand.
Yeah.
And there's a sign over there, but it's just in regards to restrictions on feeding the geese.
Feeding the birds, yeah. Doesn't say anything about throwing magnets in the water.
Yeah, very shallow.
Yeah, hit it over here just to finish off. Confirm.
Over where?
Because if anything, if they're coming around this corner, this would be the area, not over here where the trees and the bench are. Because remember, this is only 8 years ago. Those trees were not taken out. Those are older than 8 years for those trees. And you can see on the angle he's pulling, the whole thing's only about 4 feet deep. Otherwise, the line would be angled down a lot more. And since we're dealing with a pickup truck, you know, you can see like these pickup trucks coming in. Yeah, they're 6, 7 feet tall.
actually want to say it's deeper right here than anywhere else. So you got,
Yeah, so
3.5, 4 feet.
3.5 feet is the deepest.
Yep.
All right.
And even if you wanted to take into consideration it's sunk in 2 feet, 2.5 feet, you're still only working with 5 feet.
Yeah, and it would have been spotted the first moment
Correct.
before it sinks in over the next 8 years.
But had this been deep enough, it was logical.
Still tough because you're doing a solid 90 to the right, like you would have had to do a 180 to get into that pond.
It is, but we learn so much with these every time, like something different, and we're like, whoa, like.
I know. All right, well, let's head up to the lake. Let's see what we can spot up there. So right now, that body of water, there's 2 bodies of water over here.
Yes.
And the one right there,
Yeah.
that's where that gate was just at that goes in. So this is, I think this is the water drinking water for McAlester for this
Reservoir?
one. Yeah. But the boat ramp we're going to is over on this one.
Okay. And this case isn't an old case, so I think it's logical to expect the fact that 8 years ago, like that fence was back there. It was an old gate.
Oh yeah.
So we're not talking about a case that was 25, 30 years ago where some of the obstructions that exist now maybe didn't exist 8 years ago.
This one's under surveillance, but it probably wasn't 8 years ago.
Appears to be that way. But we were on. That showed me right there, like. It's.
Does it drop off?
It does look like it may continue gradually.
All right, let's throw a boat in.
So one major X factor we do have in this search today is there is an absolute major winter storm moving in late this afternoon. It's supposed to be a lot of snow, extremely high winds. So the more ground that we can cover right now while we have time before the storm, the better. Because once that storm gets here, we're going to be trapped here. .7 feet right here. That is definitely enough to hide a vehicle.
Yeah, I got 8 feet. Yeah, you got 8 feet there on life scope there.
So get a clear swath of the ramp here. 11 feet. Definitely high enough to hide a vehicle.
That's a lot deeper than I thought it would be out here.
Yes. See the ramp, nothing there. A lot of rock, 15 feet. Rock, concrete pad. So what we just came across, the boat ramp. You can see that's not the boat ramp. This is the boat ramp coming in. So you can see everything that we saw there, just a bunch of rock coming out. You can clearly see those are rocks, concrete pad. Definitely nothing that resembles a vehicle.
Your tree's on fire over here. Take us to shore over there.
Oh yeah, there's a great big old fire that came through here. Huh.
Well, like the bait, I can actually see a flame.
Yeah.
Here you
It looks like a controlled burn.
I mean, it's not controlled if the entire tree's on fire still.
Can we shore us?
Yeah, but we probably should put a fire out. The tree is on fire. I mean, that's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
Like a controlled burn burns the bottom. I understand that, but when the entire tree's on fire, that's a bad thing.
Good eye, like.
Yeah. Or probably fill that beer bottle, pour it on the fire and put it out.
Almost feel like we should.
Oh look, it's already burned out.
Yeah. And
Like
it
look,
fell.
the tree was over here.
Yeah. And it fell.
And so it's been burning from there and slowly burning over to here.
So should we knock it off this other tree that's not dead?
Probably. Otherwise it's gonna go up there and burn that tree.
Just in case it's the middle of it's on fire.
I think we might have to push it back over this way. Yeah, I can help you. Oh, you got it. I saw that there's a gallon bucket down here too. That's cut open. We can use this to put it out.
Yeah. At least we saved this tree right here from catching on fire. Because it definitely would have burned right up into it.
Yeah. And here, we'll use this jug here.
Yeah, this will hold some water. Do one more. At least it's away from the other tree. You never know what you come across out here.
That looks better.
Yeah, it's real hot. I feel confident in it now. I know this was a controlled burn, but that was clearly laying on this tree, which is not dead. And it still has some life left in her. Nine feet right here. We'll get a little bit closer. 17 feet right here where we're at. On the rock. Now that we're in here, we also have to consider the possibility of, is there any other likelihood of another area where you can drive off? I did not see that, but we'll go right to the side just a little bit.
And we have the other boat ramp too.
We have the other boat ramp on the other side, on the other body of water that parallels this, but there's a little road up here. I mean, I don't think there's anything, but, and then we're getting really shallow. 5 feet, 4 feet, 6 feet, down to 3 feet. Yeah. So there's not going to be anything that way. Just going to have to go put in at the other one.
Yeah, we'll put it over there. Yeah, but so I feel like we have a hole in the pontoon now. Like we've drug it across the ground one too many times. What's your feeling on that?
We might have a leak. I think so. I think it's safe to consider that we have a leak right now.
Like we have done a lot with this boat.
Major hole too.
It could be just a small hole.
Oh. What is this right here? Yeah, that just did it. This piece of glass just cut a really, oh yeah, it's sharp too.
Well, the good news is we have
2 boats.
stuff to fix this.
And stuff to fix it.
So while you're out in the boat with Carson on this next location,
You'll patch that and let it dry?
Yeah, I'll patch this one real quick.
Not the red
here, we're gonna have to severely go back to the drawing board and reconsider everything. Thunder's still rolling. Winds definitely are picking up. It's very important that we get this scanned before the waves get too big. All right, we're at 12 feet right here.
That beats my theory.
Well, you were close enough. I like your estimation ability on this. 8 feet. Alright, now we're going to come across the boat ramp right here to our left. We're at 11 feet on this side, 13 feet on this side. Not picking up anything. It's smooth just like it was over there. Go out a little bit further. Matter of fact, we're going to line ourselves up with the boat ramp and then come straight out and do 70 feet in either direction. This sonar setup on this boat right now is set up at 70, which is good enough. I'm not going to change it. The other boat that we were using was set at 80, which for what we're doing right now, 70, 80 is more than enough. So we're at the boat ramp, coming straight out. And I'm not detecting any anomalies whatsoever. And you can clearly see how smooth the bottom is there. As is typical with these types of things that we're doing, trying to solve these cases, it's difficult to check locations and come up empty-handed. Get to the point to where you kind of feel like, man, like there's just like there's nothing for us to do. Like, where can we go? And there's nowhere else to search. And, we want to solve them all. And it doesn't matter. And without like that X factor, it can be difficult. But we gotta try. We don't know unless we try. And getting out here and checking these bodies of water in the vicinity of where, these two men went missing, that's all we can do, and be as hopeful as we can. So, right now, where we're at with this, we've checked every logical place so far, which there aren't many. Jacob is on a couple himself, and we're collectively going to have to come back to the drawing board on this and just really go over the map and is there something we're missing? And we got to do that. Like, we're racing against this storm, so let's get this boat out of the water, and let's. Jared's repairing the boat up there right now with Josh, and let's see if we can't get back on the computer and just see if there's something we missed. And we got to hit it, and we got to hit it hard right away, because we're in a race against Mother Nature at this point. So the hunch I'm getting on this right now is, we've searched bodies of water all over the nation, and these two locations we just got through with are some super sketchy areas. Coming into here, if I had to bet that there was a car, there's a car.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't find.
Other than it is out of town a little ways, but that doesn't matter because we were also out of town with the east of Tulsa.
But it's sketchy and all the no dumping signs.
Right.
So what I'm getting at is, with locations like this, and we're not finding cars out here, A, there's a dumping ground somewhere else that everybody goes to, or B, the resources in this area are really good at monitoring with sonar.
Right.
It could be a possibility, you know. If I had to bet on there being a car here, I would have guaranteed there'd be a car here.
Yeah, and
especially knowing that they're deep enough.
Yeah, and Jacob just texted me too, and there's no car or truck where he's at, so he's already cleared 3 bodies of water himself right now too.
And these are the only 2 main bodies where we're at. These 2 we can count together as one big lake. Where Jacob is, like, these are the 2 biggest main ramps in the entire region of McAlester. Like, there's no major river here. And the only thing you have is you got the prison lake, which is on the prison grounds, completely confined. You got a few farmer field ponds, which are clearly behind fences and also way away from the road. So, I mean, and this scenario here was definitely, maybe we're on a fishing lunch break and something happens, suicide. You can even factor in the fact that if this was criminal, it would be dumped out here. And we're not at nothing, so I mean, like, we seriously got to re-look at, is there anywhere else we're missing?
So if we take this road around, we do have another one to the north side on this.
And that's not the one we passed on the way in.
No, so let me bring you into this one. So not this lake here. So this one, any access points we've already cleared on this one. But if we come, so here's where we're at right here. So here's the south ramp we're currently at.
Right.
Here's the south ramp on the north lake that we just did.
Right.
And then if you take this road, but again, I mean, is there a gate there or not? We got to see. But if you take that one to the north here, then we have one more access point up here. And this one could be an accident. Like, hey, we're going up, we're fishtailing, we're screwing around.
I can see that. It's right there on the road.
100%. We need to go check that location on that lake.
Okay.
And then we'll figure out if there's no location after that we need to search. But that'll finish off this lake. So let's head up there.
And the official name of this lake is Lake Talawanda, number 2.
Number 2.
So this is number 1 where we're at. Lake Talawanda number 2 was where we first started, where the controlled burn was over there. But where we were at that ramp on the far opposite side, as Jared's showing here on his screenshot, which we'll put up above, like, you can clearly see it's like right on the road. Yeah. Like, there's a high probability of it being an accident.
Yep. All right, let's go check that one out then. All right, so here's that north end of this lake. And this could be a straight up accident right here. And I guess a few things too, like look and see if there's anything busted as far as trees that might be knocked over. And that drops off fairly quick. I mean, if I had to guess, it's 14 feet plus right there.
I agree.
You could come here fishing knowing it's deeper.
Yep.
Yeah, we got it. Well, 10 feet. We got 38 feet here, 40 feet. We just have that pillar only so far. Nice clean bottom though. I like these clean bottoms. It's easy to read, Carson. 41, 42. Yeah, just nothing. Oh, I got here. Let's research that one. I think it's just the way this rock is laying right here. Those rocks. So I'm catching right here. That water's just coming right over the edge now. All right, this is our last pass. We're gonna get off the water. We don't spot anything here. That's it. It's clean. So, I mean, we took the most logical for, like I said, the cemetery one, too shallow, 4 feet. The 2 to the north, which are actually 3 locations to the north at the lake, to the 2 reservoirs. And then the ones that you guys did, water levels are down.
To the point of a foot of water. We were running over things. Couldn't even get to the bridge on that one corner. Turned around.
And they were much farther north, like an hour from where we were at.
Right.
Deeper parts that stay consistent.
Like 85 feet deep, 75, somewhere around there, but they were way too far out of the way.
And that's taken us out of everything that we normally do, which is in a 5-mile radius, maybe 10.
Even
and the extreme scenario, when we start stretching it an hour, it just opens up
The entire state. You might as well,
yeah. So even where we ended up at was kind of pushing our limits of it just.
Yeah. So this is where, we now throw it out to you, the audience. What do you know about these 2 guys? Do you know of any additional bodies of water that we're just simply not seeing that they may have, been fishing at? This is when the moment in time that, the families end up seeing some of these episodes. Then they reach out to us because we weren't able to get a hold of them prior to us coming here. And then we're able to come back, have these conversations of, oh yeah, they ended up taking a trip over because I know that they ended up 30 miles away, and they also like to fish at this location, or maybe they went camping here and something happened en route there or at that location. We just never know. So this is where we really appreciate you, the viewer audience, stepping in, sharing these videos, jumping over to Jacob over on Chaos Divers. Be sure to subscribe to him. His link is down below as well. We could not be doing this, without you and your participation, and you and all of you and your participation. So we really appreciate you being here. We're gonna head down to Texas right now. There's so many cases that we're working on this trip. You are not gonna want to miss them. Subscribing is free. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks. Bye.